Hey everybody, we're here for a new episode of the show that is yet to be named. Today we're talking top 5 jonkers. I'm here with the 3 best people I know. Well, 2 really, and then Putty.
Wow, thanks. I appreciate it.
Wrestling names only. I'm here with Caps, the captain of the show. I'm here. He's like, wait, where is it? I'm waiting for it.
He's waiting for it. No.
I'm here with Putty, a.k.a. Marty McFly, a.k.a. Michael J. Fox. I'm here with Johnny Donuts, Toronto Franco, 777. You know, that's how we do.
T.F.
P. Papa Parkinson's. You want to plug anything?
Gamer Potheads. Google it. That's all you need to do.
All right. Caps, you want to plug anything? Just my phone into the wall.
It's already
in. We're good.
I'm plugged in.
AD, you got anything for yourself?
Same old Johnny Donuts 777. We'll have everything in the bio.
It'll be there.
Description.
All right, so we're talking top 5 jonkers. And we're doing it anything goes, any format. Video games are part of it, as long as the video game has a voice and a storyline. So no NES games. Sorry, Batman 89.
Man.
But yeah, so we're gonna open this up. Caps, you go first.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Right now, 2 and 1 are still. I haven't made.
We're at 5, so we're good.
I haven't made up my mind yet. All right, number 5, Cesar Romero.
Okay, this is where I'm going to throw you guys a curveball. My number 5 is Michael Emerson.
You went all the way to that already?
I guess I go. My number 5. My number 5 is a tie. Sorry, and I didn't know if you guys would count this. I got Cameron Monaghan and John DiMaggio.
Oh, hold on. Just time out for a second. Who the hell said you guys get to pick the order that we're going in?
Me.
You guys all just started calling things out. Okay. So say yours again.
Cameron Monaghan and John DiMaggio.
So John DiMaggio from Under the Red Hood.
Yes.
Okay. And yours was Michael Emerson, Dark Knight Returns.
Mm-hmm.
And yours was Cesar Romero, and mine is Cameron Monaghan. Just him.
Okay.
To me again?
Yep.
Yes.
I
Sure.
don't remember the order.
Flip a coin.
Number 4, Joaquin Phoenix.
For me, number 4, Jack Nicholson.
For me, number 4, tie again. Sorry, Joaquin Phoenix and Troy Baker.
You're going full Caps right now.
I am right now, but just those 2. That's it. Yeah.
It's really a me nowadays, but I'm not going to call it that. Number 4 for me, Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh man. Okay. Number 3, Heath Ledger. I said it.
Yeah, it's fine. Number 3 is Joaquin Phoenix.
Number 3, Jack Nicholson.
Number 3, Yak Nicholson.
Number 2, Jack Nicholson.
Putty, you already know what's going to happen now, so we're good. Okay, go. JD.
My number 2 is Heath Ledger.
Right.
My number 2 is Heath Ledger.
My number 2 is Heath Ledger.
I think we all have that same number 1.
Mark Hamill.
The greatest Joker
of all time.
Sorry.
Mark Hamill.
Of
There's
all time.
definitely an N in Joker.
Agreed. Agreed.
Okay, so let's go through these lists really quick. Caps, you go first.
Because I rearranged a few. Cesar Romero, Joaquin Phoenix, Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson, Mark Hamill.
Michael Emerson, Jack Nicholson, Joaquin Phoenix, Heath Ledger, Mark Hamill.
Putty?
Yeah, sorry.
Good morning.
Cameron Monaghan and John DiMaggio tied. Joaquin Phoenix, Troy Baker tied. Then Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, and Mark Hamill.
All right, I got Cameron Monaghan, Joaquin Phoenix, Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, Mark Hamill. If you came for the list, that's the list. And let's just talk about stuff.
So can I mention why I put John DiMaggio? Why I felt like
you don't have to, because it's a really good option.
It's a good pick, yeah.
Well, the reason I also want to say is because I like Troy Baker and all them, but I've noticed everyone copies Mark Hamill's trait when it comes to Joker and the animated, and I feel like John DiMaggio was the only one that said I'm going to do it in my own way, and it turned out really well in my eyes. So that's why I feel like he deserved to be on the list.
In fairness, I agree with you that his Joker is amazing. He was close to making it on my list, as was Michael Emerson. as was Cesar Romero, who was my number.
Yeah,
I was going to put a
honorable-
tie at 5 with Romero and Monahan, but I didn't. I chose not to because I always put ties, and I was like, okay, I got to do one without it. But,
I don't always, so that's why I had to do it.
I do disagree with you. I think Troy Baker specifically tries to be like Mark Hamill. I don't feel like anybody else does.
But no, Kevin Michael Richardson actually does a lot like Mark Hamill too.
It has the same like inflection, but it's like a totally different like.
But
he portrays it. It's a different style of Joker. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. That's the reason why I feel like John DiMaggio just went like out of center field. It didn't have that. Oh my, he didn't have that whole thing where it was more gruff and everything. Like and that's the reason why whenever I hear everyone else's, I'm always like, is that Mark Hamill or is that just someone that's doing a little bit Mark Hamill? This one, I was able to identify. This is not the Joker I'm used to, but I enjoyed it.
If you've seen
it's Bender
Halloween,
Rodriguez.
Yeah, exactly. If you see Long Halloween, Troy Baker does an absolute spot on Mark Hamill. Like he doesn't even attempt to not try. I thought Mark Hamill was the voice. I had to go look it up. To me, I think he does. And Kevin Michael Richardson does. His Batman is so different to me. His Batman is what I imagine Tim Curry's Batman sounded like. Or sorry, Joker. My bad. I said Batman. I imagine Tim Curry's Joker sounded like that. Yeah. Like with like a British accent-y.
Yeah. Not sure if it's British or whatever.
It's but like, I mean, I get it. I mean, Michael Emerson is great though. Can we talk about that for a second?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That is completely like a Joker we've never heard.
He was very calm, very methodical, very more eloquent than other Jokers I found. He's not as like in the recent comic run, there were the 3 versions of the Joker, right? And he's very much that plotting criminal type of Joker, as opposed to like the crazy, wacky psychopath or the comedian.
That book was convoluted as F word.
Yeah, it was. That was very confusing.
Like I was expecting it to be like really, really well done. Like not to say it was terrible, but it was a mess, like an absolute mess. Like they didn't even put any thought into it before they went into it or something. That's how it felt.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden you turn the page. Oh, well, by the way, this one's dead now.
Yeah, okay. Well, heavy
spoilers, but
we don't care. But
that's the reason why some of these are like honorable mentions and everything. That's why I kind of have the interest of how when it comes to the ones because we all kind of knew why we were going for Mark Hamill in the first place. But
okay, Caps, Cesar Romero.
He's the guy that started it all. I mean, based on references, based on information or research, all he had was the comics. And I don't know if you guys want to correct me if I'm wrong, but he's the one that brought it to the big screen first, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
So, like everybody else that followed him was pretty much just following, kind of taking stuff from him. But
well, even Joaquin Phoenix suit is very reminiscent of Cesar Romero's suit in the 66 series.
That movie is a lot of, so we'll talk about that for a second. Do you have him on your list?
Before we say anything, like I'm just surprised nobody ever copied his mustache.
Well, that's exactly what I'm about to say, but
he refused to shave it.
See, that was the thing. That's the reason why Cesar Romero didn't actually get on my top 5 list. I did nothing against him. I loved him, but it was one of those things that I never, as a kid, really paid attention to it until someone pointed out to me he's got his mustache on. And now to this day, when I watch it, I'm like, God dang it, I can see it. I can't get it away.
I think to me, on that note, for him, it adds a humanness to him. Like he's actually a person behind the Joker because like he has a mustache and like he has a life probably when he's not the Joker or something. And I thought that's how I always thought of it. But like I noticed it always. I think he brought something to the character in a sense that we didn't know what the Joker would be like in real life. And then he really was like, he changed the face of the Joker. So the Joker we got in the comics from that point going forward was like based off the characteristics of that Joker. And I think it's very special. He just didn't make my top 5 list because I think that even as big as Joker is, he's not even like one of the most important people on that show. There's so many good villains on that show. The Penguin, the Riddler,
Burgess
Catwoman, and it's like you had so many people. You have what's his face is Mr. Freeze. Like what's his name? Was it Yul Brynner?
Yul Brynner, I think it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you have the names that they pulled for that show for a TV show is mental.
Vincent Price is the Eggman.
Like,
Yeah, right.
Like, it's crazy, and like, that's the only reason I took him off. 100%, he should have been a tie at my 5, but I was like, okay, who do I pick here? And I picked Monahan because I think he gave us 2 completely different Jokers in the same show.
But see, here's the thing. The reason I put him at number 5 and I put John DiMaggio and tied them is because the whole thing is Joker. So I didn't know if you guys accept it because they said he's not really Joker. So I didn't know if it would count. And that's kind of why he ended up on number 5.
I have him at 5. So
I do too. I'm just saying.
So, but my thing is with him, the first brother, I don't remember their names. The first brother who dies,
Jerome
is not Joker.
Jeremy.
He's like the Joaquin Phoenix type character who they say he inspired Joker, and his brother is the actual Joker. The
one that goes bald, that goes crazy,
and gets all deformed. And they're like, you had the traditional style Joker who was the Jerome or whatever, and then what was the other brother's name?
Jeremy, I think.
Jeremy. It was Jeremy. Yeah. It was Jerome and Jeremy. Yeah.
Okay. The other brother, when he comes, Cameron Monaghan made a completely new spin on Joker. That take on Joker has never been done before. It's completely fresh. It's not in the comics, nothing.
They did do the face removal.
Yeah, which is from the New 52 run. Scott Snyder.
Death of the Family.
Yeah, but realistically, I think that just that alone deserves a spot on the list. Like, he made his own footprint in the Joker. Oh, we lost Caps.
I guess they don't want to talk no more. Oh, he's back.
So
I think it's also the studio. They did not, because it wasn't Warner Brothers Studio, so they didn't have the right to use the name Joker. So here's a character that you know, but we can't call him by name.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't want them to tarnish Joker. That's why they didn't want to show Batman either.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want the story. They wanted the story to be about Gotham, but slowly they kept pulling more villains in, and it's like that's how it happened. But
like, what's her name is Catwoman. I feel like she's like a spot on one of the greatest.
Catwoman was really good. Riddler was really good. I mean, Penguin.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
Riddler was good, and
Ben McKenzie is Gordon. I like Ben McKenzie as Gordon.
But I think
Donald Loja.
Other than those people that we just named, though, the rest of that show was like a shoot-up mix of garbage.
Yeah,
and like there's a lot of really bad acting on that show. But
and they brought in what's his name, the commish.
I don't want to go too deep. I don't even remember that anybody's who.
No,
he played the Thing in the first Fantastic Four movie. The bald guy. He was the commish.
Yeah, he was on
Michael Chiklis.
Michael Chiklis. That's him.
In that, I don't even remember him.
Yeah, towards the end, he came in.
No, I don't even remember that. Anyways, Caps, did you have Joaquin Phoenix on your list?
I did, and he was my number 4.
Yeah, my number 4 too.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Sure.
To me, and we know this with the setup that potentially he's not the real Joker. To me, the reason he's lower on my list, he's my number 4 as well, is not because his acting wasn't great or his portrayal wasn't great. It's that he's not actually the Joker until the last 10 minutes of the movie. So I don't want to give him too much credit for like portraying, because like realistically, acting wise, he's maybe near the top. But I can't do it out of the sheer fact that he's not really the Joker until the end of the movie.
See, for me, the opposite. It's not actually because he hasn't become the Joker to the movie. It's more of because he kind of inspires in my eyes, inspires the person to become the Joker.
Yeah,
instead of actually being the Joker. So
but even he doesn't even become that Joker until the inspiring Joker until the very end of the movie, right?
Yeah.
Great acting.
Great, it is a great performance throughout by Joaquin Phoenix.
He carries a movie that's almost about nothing for like 90 minutes before anything really happens.
You never sit. I'm like, you love Joker for all your life, but it was the first time you're like, "Fuck, man, that's messed up for him." You know what I mean? Outside of the Killing Joke and that whole storyline that they did, you know what I mean?
I think this is the first time they portrayed Thomas Wayne as an asshole too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what made it even more.
But you were rooting for the bad guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I mean,
more of an anti-hero.
I wouldn't even say you're rooting for Joker. They try to make you sympathize with him, but in the end, you just kind of understand what's happened. It's not. I never even felt bad for him for the whole time, but by the end, the way they show it to you, I was like, okay, I understand how it got where it is.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so great.
Yeah,
it's more of a man's journey into mental health and mental degradation and stuff.
The little amount of time that he's in the movie, Robert De Niro does a great job mentally affecting his character.
Yeah.
Like
Did his job.
his little trigger things that he does. And that's what I like about the what's his name? Not Bruce Wayne, Thomas Wayne. That's what I liked about it. I don't like the fact that he was an asshole because it totally detracts from everything we know about Batman. But for this specific scenario, it worked so well because it was like you're adding on to his problems.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing. That was the whole premise. Like things being added on, the downward spiral, all that stuff. Just like,
and it's like there was never anything wrong with him. This is the real true story of like, well, not true story, the actual like fact.
In his eyes,
he was never had anything mentally wrong with him. His mother is the reason that he's going crazy. She was feeding him drugs. She was convincing him that he was crazy, and now he believes that he's crazy to the point where he can't shake it. And to me, it's a movie about a crazy person coming back to reality and realizing they don't want to be there, and then snapping again and going.
But the only difference was that he wasn't taking drugs in this movie, so it's just
not like a drug addict. But she was giving him like prescription pills. He was taking like psychosis pills and all that kind of stuff.
But see, the one thing I want to say that I recognized and loved also is how they implemented the whole laughing thing, where it was a more of a disease, like a problem that he's having. Like that was something that I loved that I put in there because it kind of made sense. And
it made it make sense, but I didn't like it.
Really? I actually thought it was a good idea.
I thought it was a good idea. I thought it added to
it. It's a good idea in the sense of like, this is why this happens. Now I understand, but it's also, it kind of just was cheesy.
I think it was interpreted properly. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like when especially with the thing in the bus where he's just like laughing, like I could see somebody being uncontrollably like, you're weird. You know what I mean? And that would push somebody.
Or the scene on the subway train where the guys are bullying him basically because he's laughing, and like you think it's funny, like people are getting angry at him, like, but he can't help it. It's like
another thing that
that's another sympathizing to him
is that he's developed. This whole movie could potentially not even have happened. There's potential that the way it ends is like it's making you think, was this whole story in his head? Because if you see the way the movie goes, and then how when he catches up, and it's like, oh, I never really was going on dates with her, or I was never really at the comedy club, I got booed the whole time, like this, that, all these things, and it leads you to believe, like, wait, did any of this happen? Did he ever go on the Murray show? Did he ever really kill those guys on the subway?
He was just in that ward the whole time.
Yeah, it could have been that, right? And I don't really like that aspect. I prefer it when we knew what happened, because especially now if there's going to be a part 2, it's kind of like you gave us that ending for no reason.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that one. I would have rather
they left it alone, just leave it as it is.
Yeah, I like the whole
leave it as a one-off.
I would have rather it being real life, like all that stuff just actually happened. But that thing at the end, that twist, that twist at the end is like it wasn't necessary. In my eyes, it was not necessary. Even all that stuff, like the even the like I appreciate the things that he did, like the improv, like the whole what was it after he shot the three guys that he went into that room and started doing a little dance.
Oh, in the bathroom.
Yeah, like that was all improv, right? From what I understand.
So, yeah.
They said
that was all him. Yeah,
that was, to me, that's a friggin' goosebumps scene.
Well, even if they were wanting a twist with the whole mental institution at the end, we already had the whole twist where the killing of Bruce Wayne's parents, Thomas Wayne, and because the thing is that right there, knowing that he was the one that kind of like not caused it, but kind of spiraled it into their death.
He was the catalyst to it. Yeah,
it gave it a twist we already needed. So putting in the insane asylum at the end and saying it wasn't all real, kind of like feels like that got overshadowed that part that I felt was a good ending already. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like that would be the one thing I would say is that's why I feel like that got
the analogy I use, it's like a balloon. You get the balloon to a certain point and then you wait for that explosion, but it's just a deflation.
Yeah, exactly.
And that exactly. And there's a lot of aspects to this movie that are great, and a lot of people will tell you like, idolizing this character is wrong because they're technically like someone you shouldn't idolize, right? Just like Taxi Driver or King of Comedy, what it's based on. You're not supposed to idolize these characters. And I think that people misconstrue a lot of it. Like obviously there's crazy like comic fans and like people who just like, oh, I want to be the Joker. It's so cool. No, I think people misconstrue the fact that we really appreciate this performance of a character that we love from the comics, that it's so well done, and treat it like we're praising the character for the evil crimes that he commits, but it's not. It's like
we're portraying
praise
the
the
actor
work.
who's
you did such a
piece
good
of
job.
art.
So speaking of that, Heath Ledger, I think Mark Hamill is my number one because the voice, and he's just like Kevin Conroy. It's synonymous with the character. He's done it for so long. You can't picture the Joker's voice without him in my head. But I mean, Heath Ledger didn't just like Joaquin Phoenix nails the mental disabilities kind of aspect of the Joker. Heath Ledger nails everything else about the character. The absolute villainy and like anarchy.
Ruthlessness.
He's just
I think it's ruthlessness.
Yeah, he's just complete anarchy. He has no rules. He doesn't care about anything. He doesn't even want money. He wants to watch everything crumble.
He is an anarchist. He's a man with a plan without a plan.
Yeah.
Or he has a plan, but you don't know what the hell it is.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to jump in and actually say, because I know some of us were kind of split with the whole Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson, who would be like second to third, all that kind of thing. And I was kind of feeling that way in my head. Because here's the thing. With Jack Nicholson, he set the bar so high when we were kids that anybody that else did it, like if they brought out Jared Leto, then he would have got, I don't even want to talk about that. Anyway, my point is Heath Ledger did so well in saying, I could do this and actually do it differently, but do it a way you guys are going to love me, that a lot of us were shocked to see it that way. You know what I mean? And I think that's the reason why I had so much trouble trying to decide whether to put him and Jack Nicholson. But I think that's the reason why I put him above Jack Nicholson, is because Jack Nicholson put the bar so high that when Heath Ledger came along, he said, listen, you put the bar so high. I'm very honored in what you did, but I'm going to show you I could do it even better. And that's kind of why I gave him second place in that. You get what I'm saying? Even though I appreciate both of them and respect them mutually. Does that make sense?
Do you guys remember the uproar when they announced that Heath
Ledger
was going to be
it was Michael Keaton-esque.
Campo's like, you know who kind of convinced me that this was actually going to be pretty good was Travis.
Really?
Yeah, like when Travis showed me that pic of him in the jail cell and him all like messed up and like oh, okay, all right, well, let's see how that goes. Why is he have long hair?
I want to harken it back to what I was saying about that comic run, the recent comic run. Every person that we have on our list is a different iteration. You have the psychopath, you have the criminal, you have the comedian, you have it's different facets of the same character. It's almost like the same character with multiple personalities.
Yeah,
and so everybody portrays it a little differently.
If I can just spit to that quick. So to me, what I was going to say is Jack Nicholson, to me, first of all, he's great as the Joker.
But he knew nothing about the character.
He plays, so I'll just go through this as fast as I can. He plays the killing Joker, where he is just a killer. That's all he knows how to do. He's not here for a plan. He's just going to kill people. That's all he knows. He's a mob, hitman. That's what he does. But he's also become this goofy guy, which if you've read Killing Joke, he's still that kind of goofy Joker, but he just kills everybody. He has no remorse. He's not here to play. He's not here to mess around. He just wants to fuck with Batman's head and kill anybody that gets in the way. Right? He's not committing stupid petty crimes. He knows what he wants. And you get a backstory in that, and you get a backstory in this. And then Heath Ledger's Joker is no
backstory.
He's the Joker that all modern Jokers are based on. They saw the writers saw that movie, and now every Joker after that is a complete anarchist that just wants absolute mayhem. Yeah. And then Mark Hamill is the loose cannon Joker that he's the Joker and the gangster, but you never know what's going to happen. He can snap at any second, and you see it in what's the movie? Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah, Mask of the Phantasm.
You literally don't. He could just go from happy goofy Joker to murder,
angry,
the snap of a finger. And
yeah, absolutely.
I think they handle it all really well, right?
Did Mark Hamill portray the Joker that invaded Commissioner Gordon's house and messed up his daughter?
Yeah, in
Killing Joke.
Yeah.
Killing Joke. Huh?
I thought Troy Baker played in the Killing Joke.
No,
that was I think
Kevin
that was
Conroy and Mark Hamill.
That was Hamill's last role
No,
as the Joker.
Hamill came back again after that.
Oh, did he? Okay, because
Yeah, he did, but I thought. Okay, maybe I am wrong about that because I thought Troy Baker. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, it's my apologies. I thought Troy Baker played that. I'm okay. My apologies.
I believe Hamill and Conroy came back one more time after that.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, right? You guys will let us know in the comments when we're wrong, anyways. But I mean, there's so much layering there, and I think that like everyone give a really good Joker. So I have a couple more here that nobody said. I have.
I still want to talk about Jack Nicholson.
Okay, cool. Talk about Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I've got honorable mentions that I want to go to too. So
go, Caps.
Jack Nicholson just plays himself.
I agree. That's the reason why I felt like he got third because
Jack Nicholson just plays Jack Nicholson
he was
mixed
just
with a little bit of Jack Torrance.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like he's taking elements of The Shining.
Yeah,
and just adding his
if
personality.
If you know 1980s Jack Nicholson, it's just I don't give a fuck. That was his whole thing.
Yeah.
And
I can see the Joker saying, "Here's Johnny."
he
he
stole my balloons.
I still think he's got the best laugh. I'm every time and it wasn't until like halfway through the film where he got goofy.
Yeah, but his goofiness is like the same as like from that storyline from Killing Joke. He's still a goofy Joker, but if you get in his way, he will kill you. He's not gonna make a weird plan to get to you. He's just gonna kill anybody. His goal is to mess with Batman in the end. That's what his end goal is.
Well, he has a transformation of 10 seconds, like when he's in that plastic surgeon's chair and he's like the serious mobster. Then all of a sudden he just starts to laugh and he's like, "That's it, I'm out of here."
He goes delirious, and it's like he plays it so well.
But I don't think he went absolutely apeshit until he killed his boss. And when he was shooting at his boss,
he's doing the little dance.
Then he was doing that little dance, and he was laughing, and it was like
da da dee da da da.
Like,
and it's but I agree.
That's when he went.
I think that he realized at that point that there's no one left in his way, and he could just do whatever the hell he wants now. When he specifically when he poisons the newscasters, that part is awesome.
Yeah.
A part that used to, like, as a kid, I used to have nightmares about it. When he dies and that thing just went
the laugh box,
yeah. Oh my gosh, I like literal nightmares of that. But okay, let's go through some. I have a couple. So I got.
Well, let's talk about Jack Nicholson. No,
okay, get out of here.
I'm kidding.
I was like, oh, this guy's about to get fired.
I'm kidding.
Can we just say Mark Hamill? Let's continue on.
Jeff Bennett, Batman the Brave and the Bold. I think he wasn't the greatest, but he did his complete own Joker, and it was very like 1950s like gangster, and I kind of like that.
I've got one here. What about Alan Tudyk from the Harley Quinn?
I have that. That's a good choice.
I thought he did a really good Joker.
His Joker is actually closer to Jeff Bennett's than anybody than any other Joker.
I want to say Brent Spiner from Young Justice.
That was my last one. Okay, we just cleared through this whole thing. That's good.
Well, I have one more, but I know John.
Brent Spiner is good.
Brent Spiner is really good. Yeah. Go on, Putty. Go for it.
Okay.
Piss off Campos. Who cares?
Okay.
I will not. Thank you guys for watching. Zach Galifianakis is not the Joker.
He didn't do a bad job.
He literally just plays Zach Galifianakis.
Wait,
oh really? No.
Mention.
He doesn't even.
He gets the same mention as Jared Leto.
Okay, well, you say it. No, you can have if Jared Leto is out. You can.
No, Jared Leto. I'm not. I agree.
You can
Jared Leto's out.
Zach Galifianakis, and I'll yell at you afterwards.
You guys mentioned Jared Leto like about 10 times already.
We hate him. And I just see the thing is the only time I would say that maybe he did okay was the new Zack Snyder cut, and even then I was like, no.
No, that was the worst thing he ever did.
Really? You think that was you think that was worse than the Suicide Squad?
Yeah, because he was in it more.
Come on.
Okay, Suicide Squad is literally him with like broken ass teeth, just looking his face, trying to do Heath Ledger impression.
I think when it comes to Jared Leto, we can all agree the best thing about Jared Leto as a Joker is Margot Robbie. Okay.
No, the best thing that he ever did, the best thing about Jared Leto,
I agree that Margot Robbie is
a good Harley Quinn, but him in the black tuxedo in the helicopter. That's the only thing that I'll accept from him as Joker.
That was horrible too. He looked like
that's so reminiscent of the comics. That was the closest they've come. You're able to name Zach Galifianakis, who literally plays the Hangover guy wearing makeup.
Okay, listen, I could deal with Zach. I'm literally talking about Zach Galifianakis and saying, okay, I'm not. Again, he's an honorable mention. He's not like he's on the top 5.
Why is he on the Okay, tell us.
No,
why.
he's just a mention, not even honorable.
Yeah.
But I mean, I actually enjoyed it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, well, honorable
that-
Judge Reinhold, tell us why you like him.
Judge Reinhold. I'll allow it.
LOL.
My point
Margot
is-
Robbie.
That's all that needs to be said. Margot Robbie.
Well, I mean, how many people played Harley Quinn? So we can maybe do a list on that one too.
I mean, obviously the best one is what's her name?
Okay, Margot Robbie
Penny.
as Harley Quinn, and bring Linda Cardellini as Poison Ivy.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
right?
not casting. Putty, talk about Zach Galifianakis, or I'm ending this episode.
No,
Uma Thurman,
I already
man.
said. What my point is I actually did enjoy. I actually felt like he did a good, his own solid way of doing it for Lego Batman. That it was actually enjoyable. That's the reason why I'm not, again, comparing him to Jared Leto. I think is a little bit harsh. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Okay, this is the difference to me. Jared Leto went crazy as usual and played what he thought was the Joker, what Zack Snyder and DC told him was the Joker. Zach Galifianakis, this is me. Hi, I'm Campo, and I'm doing a podcast. Now, this is me, Zach Galifianakis, playing the Joker. Hi, I'm Zach Galifianakis. I'm the Joker.
I mean, it's so like
I
that
get
to me,
what
but-
you're saying, and a lot of people give him praise. Like, if you look at best Joker lists, he's in the top 5 on everybody's list. He doesn't even make a voice. He literally just is Zach Galifianakis, and it's fun, but it's not the Joker.
I mean, yeah, I get why you're
Like,
so.
Will Arnett is full Batman.
No, I agree, but again, this is why it's called an honorable mention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least I want to give a little bit of honor. even if
Mariah
it's
Carey is full whatever Mariah Carey was playing in that movie.
Wait, she was in that movie?
Yeah, she's
Vicky
Barbara
Vale,
Gordon?
wasn't she? No,
Or the
wasn't she
mayor?
Vicky- Oh, the mayor.
The
Yeah.
mayor.
Oh, well, that's
Mayor,
why it
not
wasn't
Vicky Vale.
memorable. Never mind.
Okay, Rosario Dawson is Batgirl. We'll give you that.
I rest my case. Ahsoka.
Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah, so like a couple things happened. Caps, how do you feel? You've been quiet for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Since we stopped talking about Jack Nicholson.
Bring back Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy.
I mean, but it has to be 90s Uma Thurman, so we need a time machine.
Okay,
Oh,
what
yeah.
about their daughter instead?
I'll take it. But I
What's
watched
her name?
Fear Street today, and she looks
something
real
Hawk?
hot in it. Maya Hawk.
Maya Hawke, that's it. Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman's daughter.
Maya Hawk.
It's Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman's daughter. She
She's
literally
from
looks
Stranger
like an
Things.
amalgamation of the two.
She looks a lot like Uma Thurman. It's pretty crazy. Anyways, what were we just talking about?
You guys got a crush on Ethan
tell
Hawke?
me? Yeah,
Sure.
I do. I would make out with Ethan Hawke. Are you crazy?
Well, congratulations.
Putty's like, I thought about it last
I'm
night.
more of a Tom Selleck guy, but
Yeah, it's like the mustache, right? Hey, I have a question. Since you're gonna actually answer it, the bottom two people are just gonna stare at us. Tom Selleck or Burt Reynolds?
oh, Tom Selleck all the way.
You only get a mustache ride from one.
Tom
you asking?
Selleck.
Wait.
Whoever wants to know, he knows who I'm asking. Well,
My answer is simple. Margot Robbie.
Margot.
Caps,
He has a mustache?
Caps, can you tell us what the best part of Jared Leto Joker is?
Margot freaking Robbie.
That's also my favorite part about Jack Nicholson Joker. It's strange. Well,
That's another reason why I like
Oh,
Birds
what-
of Prey too, is because of Margot Robbie.
the sexiest part of Batman
Which one, Dina
89
Meyer?
is Prince.
Dina Meyer, Birds of Prey?
Oh, no.
Wait.
Puttyman?
Wait. Hold on. I got a question. We said mustache, Raj. Can I go back to Cesar Romero for that mustache?
Yes, but then everyone will know because he'll leave white makeup on you.
This is gone
Caps is
off
like,
the
well, I'm
rails.
going to sign off now. Hey.
No, I was just trying to remember one person that was in Batman 89. What's her name? Oh,
Kim
Kim
Basinger.
Basinger. Yeah.
Prince.
Prince.
Prince played all the women.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Puttyman?
for
The actor who
win.
played Bob.
Mr. Freeze. Batman
Oh,
credit card.
Bob.
I
Bob
was
is
just
my
naming
boy.
shitty Batman.
Can we just
Bob
have
was
a-
the best.
I
Bob
have
was the
two-
best
yeah,
character. in
I have
Batman
2 minutes and
89.
56
He's-
seconds here to talk about Bob.
Bob is Joker's number one.
Yeah, you're my number
You-
one
you're my
guy.
number one guy. And I'm
Yeah, and so much he actually got his own action figure too.
I wish I'm gonna buy one at the next Fan Expo when I go.
the Bob action figure with the green and purple car.
Yeah.
Can we talk
I'm
about
just waiting for the
Batman
day-
and Robin?
I'm just waiting for a day waiting for the day where they actually make a Jack Nicholson Joker figure.
Well, you think they would because
No.
I have the Heath Ledger one that I bought from that set, and then they made the Penguin, and then they didn't make any other ones.
Well, I guess I don't know if
I
they
got
have
the
rights.
Mark Hamill one from the game where that came with Arkham. Was it Arkham City?
But in typical Caps fashion, I mean, Donuts fashion, did you sell the game after and just keep the things that came with it, like WWE?
Yeah.
Caps.
That's what I did.
That's
I do that
me.
all
No,
the
no.
time.
I know,
he
but
meant
I just call
donuts.
everything
No.
typical Caps fashion.
No, I
the
like I
hell?
did with WWE 2K18. I kept the Ric Flair Funko Pop and I sold the
Listen,
game.
I need you
Because the game
every
was
time we
shit.
do an episode. I need you to climb up on the corner ring post and just be like, "Stir that sauce, baby, muscles marinara." This one way off topic, but yeah,
Yes.
thank you guys for watching. Let us know what your favorite Jokers in the comments. There's Putty.
Bane and
there's-
Batman and Robin.
I'm ending this. You don't even get to talk anymore. Yeah, JD, peace out. See you guys in another time.